Hi, my name is Aaron, this is my show Re-Education, and I'm out for blood. Every time there's drama, I can smell it in the water. It makes us all hunger. It makes us want to feed. You see, YouTube is based on drama, or at least that's what it's devolved into. It's always, he said this, or she said that, or somebody did something, and I'm only going to believe the person that I ideologically agree with because, well, that's the way drama works. That's drama. We're all kind of like piranha fish swimming in a pond that was created by capitalists to make money. Every time some body falls into the water, all of the little fish need to start picking and nibbling at the corpse. Of course, it's not just the schools of fish that feel like they need to feed. It's the big sharks as well. It's the larger channels, not just the small fish who are on Twitter and YouTube making comments, but the people with larger platforms. They all have to chime in as well. They all have to exploit that position so they can get their chunk too, so they can feed. You see, it's all kind of part of this bigger game. We fight each other while YouTube profits. It's the commodification of drama. And honestly, I'm no better. I knew exactly what I was getting into when I made this video. I know the power of drama. I can try to frame this as though it's a teaching moment, but we know better than that. We already know that you're going to click on a title that says something about Contrapoints if there's some sort of drama. We all came here because we smell the blood. We all came here because we want to disembowel that corpse. Or at least some of us do. Some people look at this as though it's a gladiator match where the person at the top, this person that's being revered, has been stripped of their power and brought down to the masses and torn to sunder, disemboweled and destroyed. Others can't look away, like driving past a car wreck, their morbid curiosity compelling them to gawk and stare. We all do it, whether it's conscious or not. We all feel the need to add to the discourse. And whether we're helping or whether we're hurting, none of it really matters. All that matters is that the all-powerful, all-knowing, all-seeing algorithm gets its sacrifice. And it will get one way or another. So you're defending Contrapoints? What the fuck? Why are you here? I'm not even high on mushrooms today. It's not even Tuesday. No, my good lad. I'm not a hallucination based on mushrooms. I'm a hallucination based on you mainlining angel dust. I'm honestly surprised you're still alive. Right. I don't know either, but I'm not trying to defend Contrapoints. She's a strong, independent woman. She don't need no man. That's racist, and you never explained what Contrapoints even did. You're going to confuse the audience. Yeah, I know, but I was kind of going for this whole theatrical thing with the music and the voice changing. I thought it'd be entertaining, and besides, what she actually said was far less important than this capitalist commodification of drama angle that I'm pushing right now. And besides, I can just link all of the information about the actual drama in the description box below. Well, it sounds to me like you're just saying that Contrapoints is uncriticizable regardless of how she represents NBs because capitalism exists. My dear boy, we should be able to criticize someone when they make a mistake or they misrepresent us, and most of the things that people were saying on Twitter were really quite reasonable.
Like calling her a fascist.
Here we go again.
Better cool it there, pretty boy. Do you want me to turn the lights off too? Make this more like a Contrapoints video?
No, you can carry on. I don't really have enough blue lights.
That's what I thought. You know, I've seen many people online calling her a literal fascist just because she wants to be called the pronouns that she describes herself as. I think that's rude.
Now, she has every right to feel that way, and it's completely reasonable, but the way she constructed her initial argument and the response that she had to the backlash was dismissive of NB people. And besides, when somebody is canceled in cancel culture, they're not actually canceled. That doesn't even mean anything. It doesn't even exist.
Seems to me like everybody's poised to rapidly take down any queer woman with a dissenting opinion. And besides, cancel culture isn't about kicking people out of the left. It's about discrediting them into compliance. We need tactical unity, not blind obedience if we're ever going to win against the fascists.
That's a bad take. NB people deserve better than being shit on by one of the most visible trans people on the entire internet. And besides, when somebody's canceled, they're just blocked. It doesn't mean anything. Stop being overdramatic. And voicing concerns about her NB-phobia is not worthless simply because fascists exist.
NB-phobia? Are you serious? Contrapoints has done more for the left than you or any one of those lightweights complaining on Twitter. And besides, most of them are probably just children. or liberals.
See, now you're doing it. She made a bad take. Why can't everybody just admit that? Why do we need to worship her? I thought we were against that sort of thing.
Nobody's worshiping anybody. Listen, maybe that tweet was a misfire. Maybe she could have rephrased it in a way that wasn't so offensive to certain people. But the fact is that you're never going to know what's going to offend anybody. That's the problem with ID poll and PC culture.
Okay, sometimes ID poll is important, but...
Maybe that was a sloppy tweet, but we need to focus on reformative justice rather than giving everybody the death sentence. And besides, Twitter is probably the worst possible place in the world to express any sort of insightful conversation.
I'm sure that I have disagreements with that statement, but unfortunately I can't think of any right now. But I will agree with you that Twitter is basically the 7th level of hell. Right, so I'm following along with everything that you both are saying, and it makes total sense. But I only have one question for both of you. What's an NB?
It means non-binary. It's when someone doesn't identify as either male or female.
Well, actually, it's a spectrum of gender identities that are not exclusively masculine or exclusively feminine. They prefer the pronouns they, them, as opposed to he, him, or she, her. Got it. So are either of you non-binary then? Well... Yeah, I didn't think so. Have either of you ever heard of COINTELPRO?
Pardon?
Well, COINTELPRO, which stood for Counterintelligence Program, was a covert FBI organization created during the Cold War. They specialized in surveilling, infiltrating, discrediting, and disrupting social organizations. Basically, they were involved in destroying the Black Panther movement, several communist organizations, and even a lot of feminist groups that were around at the time. But what does that have to do with... Well, one of the main tactics that the government used to destroy these social groups was sowing division. They knew that if parties like the Black Panthers were to get together with any other civil rights group, they would be a serious threat to the state. So something had to be done about their leadership. Obviously, assassinations started to occur, but before that, they launched massive disinformation campaigns. They spread rumors, they planted evidence, they told lies, anything they could do to make sure that the people wouldn't be able to get together and organize, making sure that the people were always fighting each other instead of them. You're high and paranoid. The government isn't watching BreadTube videos. Yeah, you're absolutely right. My point is that we're doing to ourselves what the state has been doing to us for years, and it makes things even more complicated because it's all a commodity now. It's all being sold. They're profiting off of our drama. So not only are we cannibalizing ourselves, but we're doing it in a way that destroys our movement and also feeds the capitalist system at the same time. Drama always gets the most views. Drama always gets the most attention. Who gives a fuck about history? Nobody. I want to know more about the drama. You can say something good about the drama and then you'll get positive social capital, or you could say something bad about the drama and you'll get negative social capital, but none of it really matters because at the end of the day, the capitalists are the ones that make all of the money. Every single tweet, every single repost, every single like that you make online is all a transaction. It's all a way for them to gain more eyes, gain more attention, and thusly more ad revenue money. But every single time, it chips away a little part of our movement. We can still criticize each other, of course we can, but that doesn't mean that we have to cannibalize ourselves every time the algorithm demands another sacrifice. We can understand that some people make mistakes or bad takes, and we can forgive them for that. But we also shouldn't have to tolerate bigotry or discrimination in places that we should feel safe. But not everywhere can be a safe space. Like that distractingly handsome cowboy said, every time you cancel somebody, it doesn't mean you're kicking them out of the left. It means you're discrediting them a little bit more. It doesn't push current people out. It pushes new people away. And tactical unity is the only way that we have any chance of actually winning. And together we can do that. What do you say? Absolutely not. I'm not working with him. No. Absolutely not. No, he's a dirtbag. I'm not working with him.
No way, no how. Weakness is cancer, and I'm purging all weakness from my half the movement.
Good. Well, I can't say I didn't try. You know, I don't understand why you two keep fighting each other. The differences between you both are so negligible that anybody in the outside world would have a hard time even understanding what exactly your characters are. Anyway, my name is Aaron. This is my show, Reeducation. Thanks for watching. Man, I'm starting to feel lightheaded from all that heroin.